Hey, all right. I wanted to remind a bunch of you about one of the key things with systemic questions and staying, whenever talk about staying systemic, it so much has to do with the language we use and the questions that we ask. So you'll remember your circular questions, which are cause and effect sorts of questions. What happens when, this sort of thing comes up, and how does your spouse respond to that? How do you respond to that? Who else is in the room and what are they doing when that happens? So it's behaviorally focused. For me, the most important and the most interesting questions are relational questions. So that looks at the actual relationship, the perception of the relationship that someone has or someone else has. So you're able to bring in other voices into the room based on your client's perception. So let me give you an example. So you can ask a basic question of, how would you define your relationship between you and your father? And then they would be kind of giving their perception of that. Here's the most interesting way to twist this stuff, because you really get some cool perspectives. So if your father were sitting in a room right now and describing his relationship with you, what would he say? Do that, and you're going to get the most interesting answers. And that's going to lead you down so many interesting paths of exploration, because you're able to really pull in a systemic focus for the client to be able to see things very differently. And I've had this happen 1,000 times where clients are like, yeah, I guess he would kind of describe it like this, and this. I never really thought about it like that. And I guess I am really a pain, sometimes for him, and or whatever. But it's whenever we're locked into this individualistic view of the world, we only see things from our perspective. But as systemic thinkers, we allow people to broaden that perspective, and it brings us as the therapist a much broader field to work with. So anyhow, cool little tip. Don't want you to forget that. It's going to be on your licensure exam too. So anyhow, keep up the great work. Thank you. Bye.